Hello, hello, it's Kevin here. Time for a video again. So this is the fourth essay from Cambridge 19, the latest batch of previous papers. As you know, every year Cambridge produces a new volume of 4 previous practice tests. So you've got July at Cambridge 19, and we've done test 1, 2, 3. This is test number 4. Probably Cambridge 20 will come out next July, June. So we've got 6 months or so to wait for the next batch. But anyway, we've done all 4 of them now. Now, as you know, I usually take 5 sample introductions from my group on Telegram, IELTS 9 Pro, link below. And recently I've been inviting one of the lucky members, lucky, if you want to call them that, to submit a full essay for review. That's what I've done for the last 2 videos and maybe 3. But for some reason, don't ask me why, for this week, we've only had 3 introductions. Nobody's been too interested. I think that's rather poor, but it's what it is. So, instead of commenting on a sample essay from one of the group members or learners, you just have to look at my sample instead. Okay, so I've only got 3. So it'll be pretty short as a video. So, this is the question. In many countries, consumers can go to a supermarket and buy food produced all over the world. Do you think this is a positive or a negative development? So there's a bit of paraphrasing here. In many countries, in many parts, you can change consumers to customers, you know, across the globe, all over the world, worldwide. You can change that. That's the thesis, that's the introduction. I'll just get straight on to the essay. You can read that later. So, the paraphrase, in many parts of the world, many countries nowadays, so changed it round, consumers can go to a supermarket. Supermarkets make available to customers a wide selection of food sourced from across the globe. So you can see how I paraphrased that, okay? Many countries, parts of the world, change the word order, consumers, supermarkets make available, wide selection, because it's all over the world, sourced from across the globe. Okay, in my view, while it does provide consumers with various choices, also comes with significant environmental and economic costs. So, paragraph 2, why is it a good thing? One clear advantage, because this is like a balanced essay, right? Variety, exotic, out of season foods that you can't get all year round in your country. Specific example, mangoes, avocados grown in the global south. Going in many northern regions, out of season foods. Like I say, this would seem to be initially an overwhelming benefit for the world's shoppers. However, this is the contrast. This convenience comes at a price. What is it? Transporting food around the world. Carbon footprint, climate change, petrol, you know, moving stuff from the far side of the world by container ship, railways, instead of getting locally sourced food, which I talk about here. Local farmers struggle to compete with imported products, often priced lower due to economies of scale, because they've got massive farms and subsidies. They can't compete. So it's not so good. Not so good at all. Although it seems initially to be a benefit, when we analyse it, it turns out to be not particularly clever. In conclusion, I would argue, recommendation. Sentence. You can put one of those in. You don't have to. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. That's only 294 words. Okay, but you've got all the main ideas. I'll just put that on the screen so you can see the whole thing there. Okay, pretty straightforward, yeah? A balanced essay, so I say, well, yeah, it does. I mean, the actual question, is it positive? I say, well, yeah, it is. It would seem to be positive initially, but when we analyse it, actually, it's not really. So there you go. I'll leave it there. You can stop this and pause it, read it later on. Now, we've only got 3 from our group. Now, edible products. Okay, you can use that, but you mean food? Why make things more complex? I mean, like when you go to the supermarket or when you're at home, you say, oh, I'm almost out of food. There's not a lot of food in the fridge. I best go to the supermarket. You don't open the fridge and say, oh, there's not a lot of edible products in the fridge. You don't talk to your husband. Oh, on your way home, can you call into the supermarket and get some edible products? You don't say that, I don't think. Food. So, now, made is not necessarily the same as produced. It could be. But there's some things that you can't make. You can produce them, take them from something else, such as animal products. You can't really make those. You can produce them. So made is not necessarily the same. But that aside, that would work perfectly well for an introduction. Okay, work perfectly well, as these other 2 do. I think this is, it's, good paraphrase. Wide range of food products, various countries around the world, a negative trend, basically the same arguments, because that's, most people writing this essay, that's the arguments that they would use, Okay, and this one here, the global availability positive phenomenon, that's pretty good. Positive and negative aspects are positive. So this essay is taking the opposite view to me, saying, on balance, it's a positive. So all these 3 introductions would do perfectly well. In terms of vocabulary, this is pretty good. This is pretty good. Pretty good. This also, let's say, edible products, food products. Okay, so just keep in mind, what I've said before about use of synonym. Well, it's pretty short. I was hoping to have an essay to review. However, nobody could be bothered, so I'll just leave mine here. You can have a look at it. So what we're going to be doing after this, we're going to be doing the recently reported topics for the essays. See how that turns out, and I hope that we'll have more response for the next video. Anyway, links below, go check it out. My group on Telegram, my OET writing group if you're a doctor or medical professional, my profile on italki if you need personal tuition, even a link to my podcast, which doesn't get made so often these days because I'm not particularly inspired. But anyway, links below, go check it out, and I'll see you next video. Okay.